Hi everyone, Vacha here from Recording Studio 9, and today I have with me David Sheldon from Tin Shed Studios. How are you, David?
I'm very well, Voucher. How are you?
Very good, and thank you so much for your time coming in for this interview to introduce yourself as well as your YouTube channel and your home recording studio to all of my subscribers and my viewers. To start off things, as always, we start with the person behind the channel is David. Can you tell us a little bit background of your musical background and your talents?
Yeah, sure. When I was a kid, I was brought up. My old man was a Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd fan, so of course that's what I was used to as a child. In my very early teens, I started playing the guitar. I think nearly every kid played the guitar, but I ended up taking up the drums. So I ended up a drummer in a band in my later teens. Did the usual stuff, wrote songs, never went anywhere. Then found the girl, had the children and everything. That all went south for the winter. And then I think it sort of I always was interested in the 90s. I actually tried electronic music, that recording on those computers and the blue screen and crashing. And I gave up on that. That was just an absolute pain in the 90s. And then sort of when I got into my 40s, I wanted to get back into music. The kids had grown up, left home, done all that sort of stuff, and I wanted to do music. I didn't want to get back into drums, the set them up, pull them down, set them up stuff. And I thought, well, the other thing, because I like all the bottom end stuff, so I thought, well, I'll take up bass. So I took up the bass side of it, went into a band. My last band in Brisbane was the Rocksmiths.
Yep.
So we used to do a lot of 50s parties, so it was all rock and roll from the 60s, 70s. And it sort of went from there. Then work got me up here in the Mackay. So that went by the by again for a couple of years. And then I sort of wanted to get back into music. I love creating. And that's when I bought my first iMac and I got onto Logic. And then I just went from there and sort of, so that's been at least 6 years I've been puddling around with music. So that's my background. Muso, come now, engineer, sort of.
And you're located in Mackay in Queensland?
Yes, I am. We're up in the tropics.
Yep, and it's Australia for everybody else.
We are in Australia. Queensland, as I would say.
Yes, Queensland. Yes, so that's really great. I guess most of us who are getting into or being into music creation and production have some musical background that gets us into it. So we know what the musicians want, and then that's what we wanted. And when we are producing music, we tend to sort of understand the musicians that we are recording. Now, let's talk about your studio, which is called Tin Shed Studios, because I initially discovered your channel and your videos about just over 2 years ago when I was planning to build my studio. And then I was searching and scouring the net and the YouTube trying to find people who've actually done it. And that's how I discovered you. So can you tell us how you started the building of your studio?
Building the studios, yeah. So when we moved up here, we still had our house in Brisbane. And we were sort of going to start up here, and we were in a little 3-bedroom place, and I had a little room. Like you said, you had your office. I had my little office there. And we ended up buying a home because we sold a house in Brisbane, and we had a container full of stuff, so we had to put it somewhere. So we bought a house. But what we did when we bought up here, a lot of people have these garages in the backyard, and what people were doing is that when they got sick of being here, they'd move all their furniture out and then rent the house out. They go travelling. That's what our plan was. And then what happened was our big mining boom collapsed. Our house went down in value. Everybody left the town, and we were sort of stuck. We couldn't go. So then I sat there looking at the shed, and I thought, well, I've always wanted to have a studio. Why don't I build a studio? That'd be cool. And then basically the very first video you saw, I'd actually created. You'll see that I never built the wall.
Yes.
It was just laying there ready to go. I thought, why don't I just video this just for the heck of it? I think you said earlier it was just for something that you just wanted to do it because it was a bit of fun.
Yes.
And so I just sort of started building it. And, that's why this started, because I had this big empty shed, and I thought, well, why not?
Yes. And, I mean, as you were building it and as I was planning it, I I have to admit, I've got a lot of, I ask a lot of questions on your videos and try to see how you were doing it and why you were doing it this way and what the things were, because whether I should build a shed and then build inside it and soundproof inside it, or should I build from the ground up and all of that. So I have to admit, I got a lot of information from you as well as you were building it, and I was sort of stealing the ideas from you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what it was there for.
I mean, that's what the videos were there for, as you said,
exactly.
to share that information to everybody. So everybody out there, if you are thinking of converting your garage into studio, David's got all that information on his YouTube channel. So can you tell us the name of your YouTube channel?
Yes, it's Tin Shed Studios.
Tin Shed Studios.
Same as its name here.
Same as its name. So search for Tin Shed Studios. You'll find his videos, and you can see how David actually built it all up. Now, there was a time gap between your videos stopped, and I had already started building mine, and then now it's back again, and we view and see all the videos how you finished up the studio. So it's all ready to go now. You're accepting clients as well.
We're all sitting in it.
Yeah.
This is my baby.
Yeah, I mean, watching the last several videos of your build, and now seeing you in there as well. It as much as it brings joy to you, I guess. Well, for me anyway, it brings joy as well because I see the result of people's hard work. Because I've been through that as well. I've went through all of that, building my studio. So you've done a fantastic job. Your studio looks really great. You've got CDs on one side. You've got records on the other side. Yes, my studio is still a mess.
Oh no, this is the part you see.
Oh,
okay. There's guitars, amps, there's boxes and stick. Because you always start off clean. I mean, I've just had recordings in here the other day, and I've got stuff sitting around the place. I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's like you get busy, so
you sort of stop aesthetics.
That was be all built in originally.
Oh right, okay.
That was going to be. I sort of designed it so it was like a fifth bedroom. So if you sold the house to an 18-year-old, a kid would take this room. I had wiring up the building. I had a young electrician, the apprentice, and he was 20. And I said, I've designed it so you can have like another room. And he said, I'd have it. So there you go. I already got a verdict. So my sound booth is actually a walk-in robe.
Oh, yes.
So you sold it. You could take all the foam out.
I think you actually mentioned that. I think you mentioned that in one of your videos. Yes. So
yes,
makes
So I designed
sense.
it so it would be another room if you ever decide to leave.
Yeah. Well,
but still, now seeing this the way it is
I'm sure you really.
It's been up here for so long, and then you see it. Still blows me up when I walk in.
Yes. The same thing happens to me as well. I'm sure every time you walk in there and you go, this is what I built, and this is where I create my music. You know, I'm pretty sure I can tell from all of your videos how proud you are from your work because you put a lot of detail in your work as well. Yeah. David, you have been picked up by the Mackay newspaper about your service, recording music service. Can you tell us how that actually happened?
Yeah, sure.
I believe that's what all of a sudden brought the interest of all these musicians and artists into your studio.
It sort of actually sort of put a stamp on it to say like, oh, this must be pretty good if the newspapers had a look. I actually advertised on a local Facebook page here, which was what's happening around Mackay. And then the newspaper picked up on that, and then they contacted me and wanted to do an interview. And then that paper went up, and they then it was really nice. It was a one-page write-up on me.
One-page story.
Really
wow.
Nice. Yeah, so it was really nice. And that sort of credibility is the word I was looking for. It sort of gave credibility. People look at it and go, oh, geez, he must be all right because he's doing this and it's in the paper type of thing. So that's how they suddenly, the work sort of came flowing through.
Okay.
One ad.
So can you tell us that what prompted that? What was the idea, and what are you trying to do? Why all of a sudden all these people rushing to you?
Oh,
What's the idea behind
as you know, I fell
the
off the
free?
planet about 2 years ago,
Hmm.
and about a year into that, I finally found out I was diagnosed with ALS,
Hmm.
and then I was given the death sentence basically by the neurologist.
Mm.
So after falling apart at the seams a little bit, I thought, screw it, I'm still here. I'm allowed to say that.
Mm. Yeah,
I thought,
you can say
yeah,
anything you like.
I just don't want to swear on the
No,
channel.
that's all
Yes, I
right.
thought, I'm going to go along and do something. So I thought that's why you suddenly saw the studio suddenly being built, because it was just a box in the corner and a front wall.
Yeah.
And then basically I needed help from a friend of mine because I can't climb ladders and stuff like that. It's all a bit difficult.
Yes, yes. It's
But yes,
understandable.
from there I sort of basically ended up not working because once I got diagnosed, I couldn't go and do my old job. So I basically ended up retiring pretty much. So then I could put all my life into the studio. And my biggest thing is I thought, well, while I'm still here, I want to give back to the community. And that's why my service is for free. I record, I'll mix, I'll master, and I'll get it to the stage of, you want to put it up to iTunes, go for your life. I can do all that for you, as you know. You can probably do it anyway.
Yep, yep.
It will cost you. Anything that I can do here, I'll do for free. And that's brought a lot of people into my door.
Yes.
Because of now I've even got the local council, not fundraising people, but I had a meeting today with someone about a project they want to do next year, and it's about a choir, and they'll do like a stage play and all sorts of stuff. So we're discussing that at the moment. So the nice part is because it's not costing people money, I want to give to the people that otherwise couldn't do it.
Yes.
If you're a professional person, probably go to another place.
Yes.
I'm here to help the little person that can't do it.
Yes.
And that's what I want to do. That's my way of me feeling good about myself and going, I can do this for people.
Yes. That's very, very good gesture. Very, very kind of you to actually give your time and your equipment and your energy and your experience all for free. Do you have any plans how you're going to support all of that? I mean, obviously you've got electricity, you've got things that you've got to do. There are costs involved still.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So how are you planning to?
What we've done is so I can give that service to people for free. And as you know, these things don't cost $1. They're expensive little buggers of things to
add
keep
another
going.
few zeros in the end.
Take a 1 and add zeros. We decided we've opened up. I think it's just been launched. Yeah, it's just been launched, and we have a Patreon page. Hopefully the people feel that they want to support what I'm doing for other people. They can support me through that. We're not one of those ones where we're going to give out 1 billion gifts and all that sort of stuff. It's more.
Well, you're giving the gift of recording music to basically people who otherwise won't be able to have the opportunity to record. So
I'm after people that want to support me in what I'm doing for other people.
Yes,
there is a couple of guidelines within here that when people come in here, you will get recorded, as in video, because it's a channel. And the patrons will get a copy of the music out of here.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only real thing. So that's a sort of the gift that the patrons are going to get. I'm not going to do all sorts of silly things, but
I guess Patreons will support you, which in turn, whoever records their music, their song, their album, would probably get a free digital copy for them as a thank you, for supporting me. Which makes really great sense. That's a really great initiative to take on and being able to win-win situation, pretty much. Now that you've got all that set up, what's the future? So what the future plans or the future visions of Tin Shed Studios?
Well, where I want to go is I would love to get more into bigger productions. like I said earlier, we were discussing with people at the moment about a project. It's about a choir here in Mackay, and it's quite a few hundred people, and we want to record and promote. And I am sort of getting involved in we're going to put on a show at the end of the year, or not this year, next year.
Yep.
And sort of doing that stuff, getting more. I love getting collaborations. If you see that, you've seen on the channel where I say I've got this person, I've introduced that person with that person, and get them to work together and all that sort of stuff. So to do it on a bigger scale, and to basically to do that is to get the community more involved in music. I mean, people can say whatever they like, but if without music,
yes,
okay, you can sit there and look at your fancy looking movie, take away the music, and the whole thing dies in the butt.
Yes. Doesn't matter what you're feeling, how you're feeling, you put your music on and then you're in a different world.
That's it.
Music is in international language, doesn't matter what language it is, even if you don't understand it. Well, in my case, even if I don't understand it, I still enjoy it. I really look forward to all of those articulations of the music, whether it is, the Western music or Eastern music or from Hindi to you name it. All around the world, I actually listen to every type of music, including heavy metal as well. I may not fully like it from one extreme to the next, but it's always music. It's really, really great. Now, just to finish off our interview, very briefly, if you can tell us about your gear. What sort of gear you have? How do you actually record it? And what sort of equipment do you actually use in your studio? Yeah,
sure. I don't have any outboard gear at the moment. I haven't got the money for it.
Yep.
But I use Logic. I've got a Mac Pro that I bought secondhand a while ago, which has got a beautiful big 6-core, so you can handle my old iMac 27. You get a couple of tracks. You get like about 7 or 8 tracks on it. She sort of started and die on me.
Yep.
So I upgraded to that girl. I run Logic Pro X. I run through 2 interfaces, which is I love the Focusrite preamps. So I've got the Pro 40, and then I've recently got the Octapre, I should say. Mark II, Dynamic Mark II. That's my interface. Everything runs through that. Love it to death.
Yes.
And also found out that it's really, really good for drums.
Yes. So the Octapre Dynamic?
Yes.
Because that's what I have as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's my additional interface. Yes.
Fantastic. And apparently it's got built-in compressors. It's a magic thing, and that's what I'll use through the wall plates for the drum kit.
Yep.
What else have I got? I'm a huge Native Instruments fan. So I've got their new S61 Mark II keyboard, and I've also got the brand new Machina Mark III.
All right, okay.
Fantastic stuff. I love Native Instruments. What other stuff? I'm limited in mics. I've been one of those bad boys. I haven't bought any Shure gear, which I could have. My main girl is my Rode NT2.
All right, okay,
and
beautiful.
Just a couple. I've got an old Samson mic. I've got a AKG. I'm a big AKG fan.
Yes.
I can't even remember what it is. The G6, I think. I haven't used it for ages. It's probably sitting over there gathering dust.
Yeah.
And I've got, and then of course I've got a Samson drum kit mic set that I bought ages ago. There's things I want to upgrade. What else have I got?
But it's I guess it's a matter of just time as you are building now that you're starting to get more and more busy. You'll be able to sort of organize different microphones, but for a long time I had one microphone as well that I used to record, and then eventually I buy something else that I like, or I needed an extra microphone. I go, ooh, I need 3 microphones, so I have to go and buy another 2. That's how it builds up.
So I don't have a huge amount of microphones, but in the near future I'm going to have to. It's just
I mean, let me give you a quick advice. I have maybe about 10 microphones here. Maybe 6 of them are quality ones. We're talking about $500 Australian and up. And most of the time, I always end up using one or two particular microphone, because I will set up for, let's say, if I've got a vocalist, I will set up the microphones and they give it a try. I'll have three of them ready, and they go that one, or that one, and 90% of the time they choose the same microphone.
Okay.
So it's not about having multiple microphones. That will give you sort of a different options, but a lot of the time you will find that one microphone will actually do just as good.
True. The Rode is my main one.
Yeah. So I've got myself NT1, NT1A, and I've got the MXL Genesis, which is a valve microphone, worth about $1,500, and hardly ever gets used because they like the NT1, the new NT1. It's nice and crisp. Or my $150 MXL microphone.
Yeah, seen that one. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the MXL 550. So it's not because you've got many microphones. It's just depending how you use it and how good the vocalist is with microphone, and they'll be able to get great results from even the basic average priced microphone as well.
Yeah, I suppose most of my money's gone in software.
Yeah.
I have, like I said, I've got Native Instruments Ultimate.
So you do a lot of compositions with Native Instruments?
Most of the stuff, if you ever look on Bandcamp, I've got, it's Diami Spirit, Bandcamp, I think it's called. And on there, all the music I do is, a lot of it is Native Instruments. I just love their gear. And then I've got a lot of Wave stuff. I use a lot of their stuff for like your Abbey Road sounds and stuff like that. It gives you the assimilations, the SSL, and stuff like that. So I've got enough there. I mean,
I think you have plenty.
Software that you get nowadays comes with a lot of good gear. Anyway, and all the simulations of the top gear anyway. Yeah. But I've got a couple there just, I don't know. You know what it's like. There's new goodies out there. You go, I'll have that.
Yes. We always get email. I mean, especially me. I get emails constantly about specials and upgrade. Like recently, Wave said, buy one and get one for another $1. So you can buy one plug-in for $29 US and get another one for $1. I go, delete. No, I've got enough. I have more than I need. I mean, if you look at it compared to some people, it's I've got nothing, but it's enough. You always find yourself using the same plugin because you know it so well, because you use it all the time. You know it so well. You just go to the same plugin, or you go to the same microphone, or you go to the same sound or similar sounds that you built your trademark around it. You know what I mean? So when you're creating sounds and things.
That's the other problem you have is you watch those guys. There's a bloke down in Sydney. He's got a studio down there, and he told me about a $1 deal. I won't tell you who it was.
$1 deal.
You remember that one? Who was it with? I downloaded it. What was it again? Yeah, you go, all right.
Is that from the Ozone Elements? Ozone 8 Elements. Now that's $129 worth software. You can actually go to the same website, Plugin Boutique, and you can actually buy it for $129. But you can spend $1, and then you can get that for free. Which is really great. Those sort of deals. Those sort of things you can't say no. You can't say no to CCs.
Shit, it's the time for it. You're calling.
But those sort of things it does. Yeah, excellent. Well, David, it's been absolute pleasure to talk to you, and finally to actually talk to you in voice rather than typing on each other's YouTube comments. I hope we can do this again, maybe in the near future, to see how you're actually going with your music production, your free service, which is a fantastic idea. I hope that a lot of people will support you. I will put all the links for your YouTube channel on the description, as well as your Patreon links and everything else that you mentioned today, so that if people are wanting to help you out, whether in Australia, in Mackay, Queensland, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, or the world. You're doing a fantastic thing. So I hope a lot of people will help you up and support you as well. So make sure, whoever is watching this video interview, make sure you subscribe to Tin Shed Studios and show your support as well.
Thanks, Vacho. And you're a big inspiration as well. So
I try my best to support and give, just like yourself, give back to the community, to whatever I gain from the community, because it's all about sharing and learning from each other, sharing the knowledge, because we only live once, and if we don't share it, it's gone, and that's it.
That's the end of it.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
So
if we share it, other people will take our information, just like I've taken your information and build upon it and made it even better. Other people will take the information from me and from you and build upon it and make it even better. So that's how the world goes, I think.
Yeah. And as I always say, here's the music.
Yes.
Always to the music.
Thank you, David. I'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.